Everyone's fighting for the same jobs on LinkedIn. You've seen it. You find a job, you click apply, but you see there's 500 plus other applicants there, and the job was only posted 2 hours ago. Here's the thing, the best tech sales jobs are not on the job boards everyone else is using. They're in places most people don't even think to look. I was a tech sales hiring manager for 5 years. I know where companies actually post their jobs when they're serious about hiring, and I know how you can get to them before anyone else does. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact places to find low competition tech sales roles and show you how to stand out before anyone else even knows that these jobs exist. The problem is that everyone uses the same two sites, LinkedIn and Indeed. That's where every job seeker goes first, and that's exactly why these job posts get flooded so quickly. What happens is companies know that a bulk of their candidates are going to come from LinkedIn. So as the premier job posting platform, they can easily post a job and know that it's going to be seen by thousands of people. And because LinkedIn has the easy apply feature, with one click, you're able to submit your name into the applicant pool without knowing a thing about the job. So this is why inevitably within a span of just a few hours, there's hundreds, sometimes thousands of job applicants on these job posts. So when I was a hiring manager responsible for finding our next SDR, I would never look at the easy apply pile, because if I did, I would have to sort through 500, 600, 700 candidate profiles just to find 20 or 30 that look qualified enough to send through to our recruiter. Instead, from my perspective as the manager, the better strategy was to wait for people to reach out directly to me, because that demonstrated to me that they had the required skill set to be a great SDR. If you're only using the job boards everyone else is, you're making your job search 10 times harder. By the way, if you need help finding jobs the right way and actually landing interviews instead of sending applications into the void, click the link below for completely free training that breaks down step-by-step how to get into tech sales. There are 3 types of niche job boards: remote specific, industry specific, and startup specific. We're going to get into all 3. The first job board we're going to start with is Hiring Cafe. Hardly anyone knows about this job board, well, until now, but that is why it's so effective. With Hiring Cafe, if you go to these filters at the top right, you can actually select only remote roles. And Hiring Cafe does a great job of gathering very recent and relevant jobs. If you look at the top right here at these timestamps, you can see this was posted 23 hours ago, 23 hours, 19 hours. We've got 19 hours here, 17 hours. So you can see that it's got very fresh, relevant jobs. And the way we filter specifically for those jobs is up here. You want to make sure you select this past 24-hour filter. This is what's going to ensure that these jobs haven't been blown up yet by a ton of applicants, but you really are going to be one of the first people in line. The next job board we're going to hit is niche specific, built specifically for remote SDR and BDRs. This is actually a job board that I created for my clients to help them find the freshest roles that no one else knows about. All you have to do to access it is go to this URL up here, sortadvisory.com/job board. Once you get registered, it's going to give you access to this job board. And what this job board is a compilation of fully remote only SDR, BDR roles. You can see when they were posted here with their timestamps. And as you can see, we've got a lot of jobs on here that have been posted within just the last few days. And these are the hottest ones to go after. The last job board not a lot of people know about is specifically for startups. These are great because these startups like to move very fast. And if they can get the right talent at the right time, they'll bring people in right away. And because they're smaller companies, usually the founders and the senior leaders are very accessible, meaning if you can be one of the first people to apply to these jobs and you can stand out in your application process, there's a good chance you're going to land an interview. The way this job board works is you have to create a profile. Once you do, you'll get access to a page that looks like this. And if you start scrolling through the page, you can actually see right here, we've got an SDR role posted 11 days ago. We've got a sales associate role right here 3 days ago. We've got some BDR roles 6 days ago. And so as you can see, we've got really good roles that not a lot of people are going to know about and that are going to have a very low applicant pool. Any of these 3 job boards are going to give you way better results than what you're currently doing if you're only using LinkedIn or Indeed. And it's because not a lot of people know about these job boards. The way they aggregate data gives a much fresher job post data, and sometimes companies are willing to pay to get their jobs posted to these platforms to attract the best candidates. The most important factor when it comes to job postings is speed to lead. Very simply, what this means is faster you apply to a job after it's posted, the better chances you have of a positive response. So if you ever find yourself applying to a job that's a week old, you are literally wasting your time, because by that time, the managers and recruiters have already gone through the applicants, set up interviews, and now you're a whole week behind the entire interview process. Instead, what you should do is you should be using the past 24-hour filters on these job boards to ensure you're applying to the jobs that have the least applicants total. So if you're going to use LinkedIn for your job search, which you should, it's still a good source for job postings. It just shouldn't be your only source. Then you want to set it up the right way. And the right way to set it up is to enter your search terms such as SDR here. You'll want to make sure you've got the right industry filters. Sometimes these other industries will call their reps SDRs, and it's not. It's a commission only role. It's not what you're looking for. So put on some industry filters. Make sure you select remote jobs only. And then the most important filter, hands down, it's going to be this date posted filter. So instead of finding these jobs that sometimes are weeks old, you'll want to apply the past 24-hour filter. And we can see even here on LinkedIn, within the past 24 hours, there are over 100 jobs that have been posted. Now, these are great, but there's one more improvement you can make to your LinkedIn time filter. I'll show you right now. So if we look at our URL bar up here for this job search, you'll notice this TPR code. What this TPR code is it is essentially the coding required to pull in the LinkedIn jobs that have been posted in the last 24 hours. This 86,400 number right here, that's actually 24 hours represented in seconds. So if you change this code right here, you're not going to just get jobs in the last 24 hours, you'll get jobs within the last 20 minutes. Let me show you an example of this. If I change this to 500 seconds, I'm going to start pulling in jobs that have been posted within the past couple minutes. And we can actually see right here, this was posted 30 minutes ago. It has 7 applicants total. This one was posted 29 minutes ago. It has 35 applicants. And finally, this one down here posted 21 minutes ago, and it has 57 applicants. So you'll want to play with these time codes to make sure you're pulling up the most relevant roles. For example, 100 seconds, we still get these because these are the jobs that are closest to that parameter. Now, what you can do with LinkedIn is you can save this URL right here, and you can enter this same URL tomorrow. And so when you log in every single morning to go apply to jobs, you should be checking this URL first, because it's going to give you the freshest roles. And this URL can be checked throughout the day, and you're going to get different results because of the time frame that it's indexing for. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to have a variant of this search set up for each search term. For example, here's BDRs within the last 100 seconds. So it's pulling in a job that was reposted 1 minute ago. That's interesting. That means that that company is still hiring. And even though it says there's over 100 people, they're still hiring because it's a repost. So I would jump on that one right away. If we change this to, let's go 1,000. Now it's looking at 1,000 seconds. Okay, so nothing really new here. We see right here reposted 10 minutes ago, but again, good company to reach out to. And you'll want to put in the other variants of the title you're going for. And boom, we just got another hit 15 minutes ago. 22 people clicked apply. And so what you'll want to do is copy all of these URLs. So you should have one URL for SDR, one for BDR, one for sales development representative, and also business development representative. And those 4 links you should be checking throughout the day with these timestamp parameters. So that right there is how you beat everyone else out for these roles. It's not working harder, it's actually working smarter. Finding these low competition, freshly posted SDR, BDR tech sales jobs is just step 1. Step 2 is learning how to differentiate yourself from the other 30, 40, 50 applicants that also jumped on that same job post. The way we're going to do that is by doing the job to get the job. We're not just going to hit easy apply, cross our fingers, and hope for the best. We're going to apply our SDR, BDR skill set to our job search process by reaching out proactively to hiring managers and recruiters at the company. When I was hiring for SDR, BDR candidates, I would simply wait for people to reach out to me because my best candidates are going to be the ones that are willing to put in the work, do the extra outreach to differentiate themselves, and get in front of me for an interview. This process is actually super simple. So if we take an example like Pinwheel here, they posted a role 15 minutes ago with 2 applicants. I want to be the first person to reach out directly to a manager or recruiter to get my name in front of their face. And sometimes they will list the hiring manager or recruiter on the actual LinkedIn post so you know who to reach out to. In this case, they do not have them listed. So we'll go to the company page, we'll go to the people tab, and we'll just start to do a search for sales leaders. And all I do is type in sales here and boom, we're starting to get some bites. I've got Alex Santana, he's a sales leader. I've got Greg Burnett, he's a go-to-market leader. So these 2 profiles I'm interested in, probably going to reach out to them. I also see Tyler, who's a talent leader. That's interesting. Maybe he's on the recruitment side. So if we go look at their title down here, maybe some of their experience, we can see, does it make sense to reach out to this person? Now, in this case, I probably will reach out to Tyler because it says he's a talent leader. So he's probably the one who reposted that job. Alex Santana, it looks like he's actually a strategic account executive, so probably not in a management capacity. Don't need to reach out to him. However, Greg Burnett, he is a strategic sales leader. So he might not be the direct person I'm reporting to, but if I reach out to him and make a good impression, he could be so impressed that he sets me up with an internal referral. Once we know who we're going to be reaching out to, we then need to open up a data provider such as Apollo and go ahead and search for these people. So this company is called Pinwheel. We're going to drop that into our search bar, pull up the company right here, and we will do a little search, and boom, already right here, my first person is Greg Burnett. So I'm going to go ahead and hit access email, and we'll open up his profile, and we can see right here that we're starting to get some bites on his email address, and it's also going to go ahead and look for his phone number, and boom, I was able to grab a phone number as well. So with this information, all I need to do at this point is pick my phone up, give Greg a call, and see if I can't win my way into an interview. This process is actually exactly what my client Peter Smith did to land his job at Deal. He reached out to a hiring manager over there and sent a video, and within just a few hours, he got a reply from the recruiting team to set him up for his first interview, where he then landed an offer, and we were able to take him from making $70K as a Yachty to $80K working at Deal as a fully remote SDR in just 29 days. This combination of targeting low competition jobs plus doing the direct outreach to hiring managers and recruiters is exactly what's going to help you land interviews quickly and separate yourself from the hundreds and thousands of other applicants going for the same jobs you are. Most people are going to keep fighting over the same jobs and the same job boards. You know what to do differently now. Use niche job boards, use your 24-hour filters, and don't just use Easy Apply. Reach out to a hiring manager or recruiter so that you can land those interviews. And if you need my help breaking into tech sales, there's a completely free guide linked below that shows you how to do all of this step by step, from finding good jobs to landing interviews to crushing those interviews and negotiating offers. I'll see you on the next one.